Would you ever consider keeping your current house as a rental property when you bought your new house that you want to move to? Hey, I'm Ryan Tufts. I'm a loan officer for mortgages. Been doing this for about almost 10 years. I want to walk you through this option that's not that commonly used. Most people, when they want the new house, bigger house, different town, better neighborhood, whatever new features or bigger backyard they're looking for their kids or for their dog, or whether you're downsizing, most people just assume, hey, let me sell my current house, take all the money from that and put it as the down payment of my new house, or maybe pay off some debt in the meantime, or restock my emergency savings. But I've seen a few people pull this off. I personally have done this too, where you buy your new house and at the same time, keep your existing house as a rental property. This is particularly compelling if you have a really comparatively low payment on your original house, because what rents are for single family homes or condos nowadays is a lot different than it was 5 or 10 years ago. So let's break it down. For your current house, you have some options here. Let's talk first. Number one tip for this, get a home equity line of credit early on your current house before you have any plans of moving, before you even need it. What a home equity line does is it gives you, typically, if let's say your house is worth $500K, a bank will lend you 80% of that dollar amount minus what you owe on your current house. Let's say you owe $200K, your house is worth $500K, 80% of $500K is $400K minus the $200K you owe. They probably give you a line of credit for $200,000 on your property, provided you qualify. Leave it open. You have no payment. Maybe you have an annual fee of $25 or $50. Who cares? You just have it open as a tool. Maybe you never use it. What that will allow you to do is if you go to move, you can still take some of the equity from your current house as a down payment towards the new house. So it could be 5%, 10%, maybe even enough for a 20% down payment, so that all your equity is not trapped in the old house and you're not relying purely on savings to fund the down payment on the new house. This is also going to give you the ability to have appreciation in two assets. So if your current house is worth $500K and you're buying a new house for $800,000, now if those are both going up at 4% a year, that's just a historical appreciation of real estate on the rental property that you would have sold, what's become your rental property. If it goes up for 4% a year for 10 years, that's another $237,000 on your net worth. That could be life-changing money that could help fund your kids' college, your retirement, and meanwhile, you have a recurring source of revenue on the property. Let's talk about that. Let's say that you bought this house in 2018, you have a $1,500 payment, you take out a new loan, a home equity line of credit that you're going to borrow $100,000 on to put towards the new house. Now, I'm going to use very round numbers in this example just to illustrate the concept. If you were ever considering this, let's have a deeper dive conversation and get into the way nitty-gritty about what your real numbers would be. So, let's say you owe $1,500 a month on the original mortgage. The new home equity line payment is $500. Once you put that money towards your new house, that's $2,000 a month. Let's say you can rent it for $2,500 or $3,000 a month, which is a real possibility, maybe even higher depending on what it is in this New England, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Maine market. That does a couple things for you. If you get that rented out, it makes it so that your lender on your new house doesn't need to count your old mortgage as a debt because you've got rent to offset it. So it helps you qualify for the new house. It also gives you cash flow. I mean, if you have a single family home that you're renting out for $3,000 and you have $2,000 worth of payments on it, that's $1,000 a month that you can do a number of things with. You can help supplement the new mortgage payment, which is definitely going to be higher if you're buying a house for $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000, $1 million. Having an extra $1,000 a month coming into your household budget could be a help. You could use it to pay down the home equity line of credit. You could use it to fund an emergency savings account. There's a lot of things you could do with that. And then over time, I don't think anyone's predicting that rents are going to go down, particularly in New England, so that delta would continue to grow. On the new house, this just frees up cash. You still have money from your down payment that you're going to pull from the equity line. Maybe when you buy that, you can add in some savings to bring the payment down on the new house as low as possible. So now you have two pieces of real estate. Maybe you weren't planning on being a landlord, but this is really something to consider. A couple things to consider, because this isn't all good news. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with doing this. Is your tenants. We did this a few years ago. We got very lucky. We got tenants who improved the property seemingly. They were very easy to deal with, always paid on time. They had very little need for us. I honestly kind of forgot about it sometime because of how good they were. The other thing to consider is the house. So if you have a house that has been tricky to maintain, if it's older, if you have a lot of things that are kind of up for that next generation of repairs, maybe this isn't a good fit. Like if your house is going to be a pain in the neck to turn into a rental and you're always going to be back there doing something in projects, is that really what you want? Like how much is your time and peace of mind work? I don't know that I would do that if I had a house with like a weird roof line or stuff was wicked old or the neighbors were a pain in the neck. But if the house is pretty turnkey, it's in pretty good shape, maybe it wouldn't be that bad to convert into a rental property. I have had a couple people do this specifically. This works really well if you're getting a conventional loan or a VA loan on the new house. The loan rules are very open to this. If you're going to be doing an FHA loan on the new house, it's tricky because FHA requires that your new residence be at least 100 miles away from your old primary residence, and they don't really like you using that rental income to offset your old mortgage payment. So I would probably stay away from an FHA loan if you're looking at this as an option. All right, what's left? So this is very case by case. I've had a few people do this. All of them had an interest in either building an investment property portfolio or just having one property as a rental for long-term growth, a property they were familiar with. I've had somebody do it buying a place up 89. They found a doctor to rent out their home, and now their much bigger new house, they're able to kind of have some of that extra cash flow to help pay for it. I had somebody else do it in Bedford. They're going to be pocketing about $1,500 a month. That I don't know what they're going to do with it, save it, invest it, pay it on debt. Who knows, but they're benefiting from it. My personal situation's worked out well. There was one other person who turned their condo into a rental, which is something I hear people talk about. Hey, maybe if I buy this condo, I'll turn it into a rental down the road. And this woman did it. She bought a much bigger house, 4 or 5 towns south of where she is now. She moved from Hooksett, down to a New Hampshire border town, and she's doing great. She's building equity in 2 properties, and she's got a rental stream of income. So if this is something you're considering as you're tackling this whole idea of do we move, do we not move, it's at least worth pursuing the conversation. I've probably brought this up to, 20 different people, maybe more. Most people are not interested in this, and that's okay. But if you're watching this video, perhaps you're interested in real estate and just want to see what could be possible. So if you want to see what you can do in your specific situation, easier for me to say, give me a call and we can map it out, whether you're just planning for ahead or you're looking to do something in the near future. All right, have a good one. Talk to you next time.